Thank you. Welcome back here. Yeah, that's a nice applause for the mayor of Newport.
It's for the chief.
Yeah,
It's for the chief.
For the chief. Of course, everybody's going to applaud that chief after we tell him what all he does. But before we get into the chief, I'll introduce the chief sitting here. But I want to talk to the mayor, my good friend Mike Spencer.
Nice
it's always a pleasure, you know. Yeah, I mean, you come down quite a bit just to say hi and everything. But we didn't never get a chance to really get over and I keep telling you, I want to come over and cover the entire town of Newport because what a great community you guys have there.
Yeah, the round town will be nice because you could feature. We got a real nice grant from the SEBA to develop a tidal lagoon. We're going to turn it into an environmental center. Little boardwalks where some of the students can come, scouts, just anybody.
Yeah, because you got the facility, you got the place down there, right? You're right there on the river.
Yeah, it's right next to the state boat ramp.
Yeah.
So it's already got lighting, and it's probably going to take us a year or two to construct. We're out right now starting to.
So you're going to have your own river walk, and Wilmington ain't going to have nothing on Newport.
No,
yet.
but we've. When I saw Mayor Sills when I stopped in last month or so, and told him that
Baker. Don't go.
I'm sorry, Mayor Baker. Sorry, Mayor.
He watches this show every week too.
Sorry, man. I just saw him on Thursday at the league dinner and said I was going to be on Tim's show. He said, "Oh, that's nice." But yeah, so I told Mayor Baker.
Maybe the chief can, iron things out for you a little bit.
But yeah, we have a little. We have a piece of ground. Believe it, I didn't know it until you look on the map that Newport goes almost to the city of Wilmington. There's only a small piece of ground between. We go past Banning Park.
Oh wow!
We'd actually talked in terms of having like a greenway that would.
So it's more than a mile. You've got extra.
Well, we've got more than 1 square
now.
mile of heaven down there. That's right.
Yeah, and then when you're talking about that, you also, I want to, because they've got down here something about a breakfast, business breakfast. What is that?
We're having our annual business breakfast. It's usually the third Tuesday, but because that fell on St. Patrick's Day, and I guess there's all kind of services and breakfasts, so we moved it up to the 31st instead of the 24th. We put it on the 31st, and it's always a real nice thing. And we have a lot of our business community is very, very active.
Now that's all the local businesses.
All the local businesses. We get.
Can somebody like me kind of come down there and?
If you bring a camera.
Yeah, if I bring a camera.
But we get a lot of aid and a lot of support from our legislative group, Speaker Gilligan and Senators Peterson and Blevins. Big help to the town. A lot of times they come. Councilman Retta. This year's speaker, we're very happy. We're going to have Alan Levin from the Delaware Economic Development Office, and because their whole plan, the small businesses are really going to be the key to getting this.
Well, and that's what I've been talking about because if we've been concentrating so much on the big, corporations out there. What about this small business guy like myself? Because I got hit just as hard as GM did. Maybe not as much money. They can get away with me, but give me a few $100,000. I don't need to give me trillions. So yeah.
Well, we're looking always to help the business community, and this year I'm trying to go the ones I talk to on a regular basis, just trying to get them if they can't, just add one person.
Right.
Just add one employee, and sometimes they can't, but if it all nets out that out of the 250 businesses we get, if we can pick up 250 more jobs, it's a big thing because our local, we're doing real well. The streetscape's just finished. It's beautiful.
We're going to come down and do it. We talked about that for quite a few years, but I'm definitely going to make a commitment to get down there within the next few months as soon as the springtime hits.
The James Street Tavern, that's right.
Yeah, you guys got the new fire department down there. You got you got a lot of things happening in Newport. What a great little community that is. But I want to turn my attention over to the chief of Newport. It's just a privilege to have you here because talking to you before we get into what's happening within Newport and around the state. You've been a police officer for how long now?
I've been a police officer for 31 years.
31 years. Now, you were telling me that it's kind of like
I've been a police chief for 28 years, which is the longest tenure ever in the history of the state of Delaware, and it's the fourth longest in the nation.
Yeah, so that tells me you're doing a pretty good job.
You jumped over everybody.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, that means you've been through a few mayors down there.
Quite a few mayors, quite a few council people, quite a few everything, quite a few governors, you name it.
Yeah, and everybody, because Kevin and everybody, I just want to remind everybody, because everybody always refers to you, going down to 141 there, being, set up. And to me, what did you say that was? That was for safe?
Oh, enhanced enforcement for safety purposes.
I like that better
Not
than
a speed
trap.
No.
But when you talk about that, I mean, what a great area. I mean, and I go down through there all all the time. I mean, traffic's heavy, and that's the reason you guys have that there. I mean, it really can block up on you quick coming around that corner. It could be backed up all the way from 95 if you're not careful, so I can understand the reason for that.
Yeah, I think the DelDOT estimates that we have over 1 million vehicles that travels through our jurisdiction every 7 days.
Holy cow.
Wow. So that's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, yeah. Now, another thing that you're responsible for, which is a great thing out there, Kevin doesn't think so, but the rest of the world does, is you're in charge of the DUI roadblocks, I guess?
Yeah, I'm the commander of Checkpoint Strike Force, which is basically we run all the checkpoints for Newcastle County and also in some of the other counties in Delaware. And our responsibility began in 2003 under the governor's initiative with the Office of Highway Safety to basically put together a task force to reduce fatalities and serious car accidents involving alcohol. What they found prior to this was the education wasn't working. And at nighttime, the officers are so busy with the 911 calls that DUI enforcement really wasn't out there. State police conducted checkpoints here and there, but of course, with the manpower allotment, it was difficult to do it every weekend, every holiday. So in 2003, we received federal money to begin Checkpoint Strike Force in Delaware.
Because that's consistent of a lot of different departments. It's
yes,
not just...
every agency in Newcastle County participates. There are over 100 officers that have worked that assignment, and on any given night, we could have as many as 30 or 40 officers assigned to me, basically to set up the checkpoints.
Was there a website we could go to find these out?
Well, the nice thing.
Cell phone, but
yeah, but
I don't answer it on the weekend nights.
Yeah, but the nice thing is to have that out there because you know it has cut down on the fatalities.
Yes, it is. Before we began the campaign in 2003, our fatality rate was roughly a little above the national average, which, if you don't know national average in the United States, 42 to 45% of all fatalities are alcohol. What we need to do is bring that down. And in the past 2 to 3 years in Delaware, we've brought that down under 35%.
Well, that's tremendous.
Which is well below.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at that, you look at a small state, you're saying, well, that's only 12 or 18 lives, but really, that's 12 or 18 brothers and sisters, mom and dads, or
well,
children.
The family affects it. When
Absolutely.
you lose a life, I mean,
Absolutely.
it affects a lot more than just that life that's lost, that's for sure.
It's probably the greatest campaign we've ever had in this state because the results are phenomenal. If you look at our data and the accident data of our state, what compared before we started this. And I'll tell you, we're going into our 7th year in 2009, and we're looking forward to it. We really are.
Yeah, I think you guys done a tremendous job. I know I feel safe when I'm in Newport, that's for sure. You know, I think you guys do a great job over there. How many officers do you have now in Newport?
We have 8 officers.
8 officers?
Yes.
And it's amazing because, you know, your presence is always felt there. I mean, just for 8 officers being there, that's quite, you know, a lot of overtime, or you guys do it?
There's a lot of federal money that comes out for enforcement. We just got done a Click It or Ticket campaign. There's an aggressive driving campaign coming out. There's enhanced enforcement for different things like no insurances and no license. So there's constantly money being funneled down to all agencies in Delaware, not just in Newport. And that puts officers on the street to basically reduce those type of accidents like aggressive driving.
Yeah, I think you're doing a tremendous job. Congratulations on 28 years. Congratulations on the longest term, I guess, mayor of in the state right now.
No.
Nobody's been touching you. How many times you been?
Mayor Baker's been longer than me.
Oh, yeah? He's only 3 terms, though.
I had to make sure I got it right.
How many terms you got?
I've been doing it 4 because we reorganize every year.
Yeah, well, that's all right. So we count terms. We're not counting years, Michael, so you're the longest one. So
His
stay with
term's
me
only
here.
28 days.
Chief, it was a pleasure having
Thank
you
you
on,
very much.
and lots of luck out there. Stay safe. You know, I know how dangerous it is out there on the streets today. You never know what you're going to run across.
Thank you very much.
Definitely stay safe. Michael, always a pleasure. We're booking around town. Maybe the chief of police could escort us through as we're doing the cameras and stuff. You can
Love to
raise
have
that.
you.
You can have that. Yeah. Next week we're there. Springtime. All right.
that'll be nice.
Big hand from Mike Spencer and the chief of Newport. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
Find out more about the Tim Kroll Show and other Positive Promotion productions, then log on to our website at www.posprotv.com.